can feel weak. I'm always melting in your heat. Then I soar like a bird in the wind.
Sé que tienen las flores, llorona las flores del campo santo. Que cuando la mueve el viento, llorona parece que están llorando. Que cuando la mueve el viento, llorona parece que están llorando. Que cuando la mueve el viento, llorona parece que están llorando. Que cuando la mueve el viento, llorona parece que están You are simple Jack.
What's going on, Bandidos? Oh, we got all sorts of things going on here. Hey, I hope everybody's having a beautiful Friday. I'm excited to be doing another Friday build lab with you, Bandidos. And we're going to do the builds that are beyond the usual. We're going to start tapping into some of those new weapons, some of those exotics from past seasons that were updated, like the Doctor's Home, and then more beyond that, including status effect builds. Let's rock.
It was all a dream. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade. And if you don't know, now you know. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Used to raw G, Lucy Beach, Mr. Freak. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. Funk master flex love. And if you don't know, now you know. Star ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the click, same number, same hood. It's all good. It was all a dream.
Watch this.
It was all a dream. And if you don't know, now you know.
You are simple Jack.
What's going on, everybody? I got to turn that off. I have that set. Let me do that. This one's better.
I don't fuck with you.
Just kidding. Hey, so I hope everybody's having a beautiful Friday. We are live, and I'm streaming here from the Pacific Northwest, Portland, Oregon. And today, we're going to be going beyond the usual. So we're going to be circling back, and that's because I got some really good builds coming down the pipeline here for you guys. So, but before we get into that stuff, I should let you know the newest build that dropped this morning, that legendary skill build. If you hate to die, that's one for you. And it's the latest version of Slaughter, utilizing what we've received here in season 11, including that ninja bike backpack. Check that one out. It's pretty fun. And then that's pinned to the top of the chat. So, you know, pinned there at the top of the chat. Okay, also, I will be working on the latest, or newest, I should say, gamer music playlist this week, and I'm hoping to drop it probably like on Monday or Tuesday. So that's the Players Club. If you're the Players Club, beyond, you gotta be hardcore or higher, you get access to the gamer music playlists, and that's like the music you're listening to right here. What? Bob your head a little bit? Bob your head, all right. And so, yeah, I'll be working on that this weekend, and also a crazy rifle build. A crazy rifle build I got for you guys. It's insane. I've been running it all day. Okay, this rifle build with 5 directives. I soloed Roosevelt Island with it. I got about 3/4 of the way before I got hit by a random fucking grenade. You know how that goes. But either way, it's amazing. It's amazing. So I can't wait to share that rifle build with you. And so I'm probably going to launch that one on Monday. So look out for that. That'll be another fun build. And, you know, we got stacks of builds. I got a pestilence build for you in 1886, another rifle build waiting for you guys, legendary tip of spear build. So lots to do. So, but today, you know, we got some things we were talking about in, I think it was yesterday's stream or the day before. And I want to start touching in on that and start working through that. So these are some of these, the ones we're going to start with will probably be down like the team support legendary builds. I mean, you can use them for heroic, but, and I think both are valid. So the Doctor's Home, we got an update on, and I think it's going to be pretty good. I haven't used it since the update, and I think this little thing is glitched, or the text isn't correct. Let me read it. So, shooting an enemy with this weapon will apply a mark. Okay, got it. If a marked target is killed, it will drop a 10% armor repair kit, which applies to the whole party when picked up. Yeah. So it's the text isn't correct. So it is 10% armor on kill, but you no longer have to go pick it up. So that's the change. So you no longer have to get out of cover, which was making it really difficult for legendary. And I think that's where this weapon is really going to shine. In heroic, of course, it's kind of for group, it's okay. But for legendary, I think it'll really shine if we get the right build on. And so that's one. What's going on, Skeletor? Appreciate that sub, bro. And then the other one is the Sacrum, and the Sacrum's kind of interesting from a power perspective. And then we're just gonna toy around with it and see if we can get that talent to work. So we were talking about some builds, and so one of the builds that I wanted to start with, I think, like, just to go through those 2 weapons, I'm thinking it's gonna be like an ongoing directive type build. I think that's sort of what makes the most sense. I mean, you can go hot shots with the Sacrum. But I don't know if we're gonna get any added value out of that, you know, because you're gonna be missing a shot and you're gonna have to reset and do all that crap. And I'm just like, I don't know. I do not know. So let's see here. Let's start by slapping together some ongoing directive. Has anybody run an ongoing directive Doctor's Home build yet? Is anybody doing that? Where's my ongoing directive gloves? Did I not grab them? We need the gloves. Maybe I don't have them. Can we craft ongoing directive? I don't think we can. Maybe. Let's see. Hot shots. No, it doesn't look like you can. Not the gloves, at least. Can system corruption. Let me see. I mean, I don't have to run the gloves, but I want to run the fox's knees. Let me see here. Let's do the knees real quick. Let me just see if I can craft knees and ongoing. Nope, you can't. Huh. I wonder if I forgot to grab them in my other character, or if I don't have them. We'll see. But let's see here. What up, Wyvern? Okay, so let's start with the Doctor's Home. Oh, I gotta take this off. We'll start with this one. This should be, you know, it's either it's gonna work or it's not, right? So, but I think it's pretty cool. The change. I mean, I was happy with the way it was. I didn't mind getting out of cover, but I get it. Some people kind of struggle with the scope, moving with the scope too. I get that. So playing from cover will make that scope a little bit more useful. I feel like in legendary, you know, the enemies play so deep, you know. So one of the things is, like, I was thinking is, like, we could run trauma on the chest. I mean, you're gonna lose power for a status effect. So I don't know if it's, like, super important to do that, but that's one way to activate your your talent, you know. But I think it's probably easier to just kind of like, I mean, I like the rifle, but to like hit people with like, you know, just a quick riot foam or something, get one guy, or even a jammer pulse, or use a stinger or something like that might be better used, because what else are we gonna do with that? So I'm just gonna try this real quick. And then for the other one, we're gonna need probably some sort of heal. So I'm gonna put on beyond the 10%. So I'm gonna put on that. And then that opens up our backpack a little bit. Thinking legendary here. If we did the ninja bike, was it worth it? Or do we want power? We don't really need power per se, because we are a team support build, you know what I mean? This makes the bleed last longer. If we do that, we could put on the vial and see if that's worthwhile. But then we'd have to roll status effects everywhere. You see that, where that goes. What up, Scalp Hunter? What's up, man? We could put on some armor on kill, more armor on kill. That's not a bad idea. Also, I mean, we got the gloves freed up. You know, we could put I guess we're going crits, aren't we? So we could put like one bellstone there, get a little bit of armor, and then we could put another one up here. If I have one, I should have something on my back actually. So there's another one there. Do we want 1.1 armor? Then I have that one that's all red. Let's go ahead and do that. So the reality is I would like the gloves here, because I think Fox is going to do a big lift there. But let's just go see where our damage is. And then if we feel like we need more damage lift, then what I'll do is go fetch, assuming I have the gloves. Maybe I might have forgot to grab them off my other character, so. If that was the case, I'd probably obviously run the foxes and then run an ongoing directive glove, and then for the backpack, yeah, I don't know, probably just go in power, and then so we'd be down a little bit of armor and kill. But let's see what this boy's hitting at. Yeah, let's go vulnerable. We don't need to kill, do we? Well, I guess we got to get that special ammo. So let's do that real quick. All right. Woo! 2 million? That doesn't seem right. Did anybody see that? That was a 2 million crit. That couldn't have been right. Could it have? You guys saw that, right? It was 1.9 million on crit. Okay, let me do that again. Let me get some more ammo. That's insane. If that's true, like, oh my god. Okay, there's our ammo. Reload. $1.92 million crit, guys. You guys are seeing that, right? That's insane. What do you guys think? So obviously when you lose the special ammo, you drop, but that's with 1.1 million in armor, dude. Like, what the? That's with 20% armor on kill. That's without my mods. I didn't put on any mods. Holy shit. Holy shit. Where's our crit chance at? 28, so let's lift that. Where are we at now? 40. I mean, I'm tempted to put the coyote mask on. Yeah, CQP is no doubt is a good weapon, but damn, right? So So you guys know, if you're not aware, ongoing directive puts out less damage than Striker and Heartbreaker, and I think Umbra too. So like, and that's why you never see ongoing directive in a stand-up or a standoff against like Striker or whatever for DPS, like with an assault rifle or whatever, right? So what up, Sleeper? So like, you know what I mean? So like, you know, you never see anybody put the FAMAS on with ongoing directive and say which one's better, ongoing directive or Striker. It is always going to be Striker. It's always going to be Heartbreaker. And so ongoing directive has a less DPS, and that's because it's a team buff build. So keep that in mind. But really cool. That's really cool. So this is without, that's without our special ammo. So the special ammo is giving us about 500,000, and that's also without our. I mean, that's with 1.1 million armor. So where are we at now? So 46. It's about as high as we can go because I got crit chance everywhere, or there's some crit damage. So, but I'm wondering, like, with knowing that what that is, what it is, you know, would we be better off with like the Coyote's mask if we did, because of the range that we're playing in, right? Like, because of the range that we're playing in, the Coyote is going to, oh, it's on my other character. Let me go to my other character. So the Coyote mask is going to give us, you know, at least 10% and many times 25% crit chance. So that will allow us to put more damage on the build at the cost of losing Brazos. But if we're killing so well and the gun is giving us 10% armor on kill, then, you know, and then worst case, we can get rid of Sharpshooter and, let me go see if I have the gloves. Let's we can get rid of Sharpshooter and put on Gunner, and then we're always getting 20% armor on kill without ever having to leave cover. So that's making me interested in dropping some armor, dropping some of that armor on kill. You know what I mean? Play from cover, be a cover play rifle build with the scope. I mean, we've got the scope anyways. And then the other thing is just finding, you know, making sure we have a good way to get that special ammo also. So I'm using the riot foam. That's obviously pretty good on NPCs, but you know, in some content, the enemies just bounce out of that. They tuck and roll a lot. And if that's happening, you might run out of riot foam because we don't have any skill tiers. Oh, there's my gloves. Okay, good. So we got that. Okay, so that's all I needed off of that. Now let's go to my other character. We'll get the masks, exotic masks. Hunter, what up, man? Action in the house. AG. Hey, for you guys in the Players Club, you did get your member perk today. Or was that yesterday? Today? I can't remember all the days of blending. Or both. Anyways, check out that build. That is, check out the your notifications section, or else you can also find the link in the, what is it, the community tab on my YouTube homepage, and of course the members playlist on my YouTube homepage. There's a new extra bonus build for you to check out. Brand new, season 11. Yeah, so this could be fun. This could be lots of fun. So we got a few things to tweak here, but again, I'm thinking legendary. So what I can do is check out the Coyote's mask here. That might be more valuable than the Foxes because we're also buffing our team with the Coyote mask, right? You see what I'm saying? So we'll bring that. The Vial is potentially an option. I'll just take the Catharsis anyways. Bloody Knuckles, no. And then Sawyer's, I can need those for later. So I think the Cheska would make sense for this, I guess, you know, if we're thinking about just buffing our team. So we're giving our team amplified damage with the bleed ammo, and then we're giving them armor on kill, and then we're giving them more crits. So you 5-star killers in the house? What? What up, 5-star? Come on, load it up. There you go. Okay, cool. So I think the coyotes makes more sense. I mean, obviously the fox's prayers too, but we'll try both. We'll try both. And so, because obviously we need that if we get that kill. I mean, your allies can get the kill too because the enemy's marked. But if we get the kill, then we're giving our team armor on kill. So there's, and then we need the coyote. The vial also would tick people with the bleed, but I don't think that, you know, we're DPS them out. Lead vitamins. Love it. Okay, so there's the glove. I think that's better. So that pushes us to 45,106. And then if we do this, then we're most likely going to be, we're most likely going to be playing 15 to 25 most of the time. So we're at least going to get 10% crit chance. And so if we look here, that puts us to 50% crit chance. So I'd probably hold right there, actually. And whatever, because there's many times we're going to be getting 25. Yeah, so 40 to push us to 50. Maybe, what did I put there? Crit damage. And then back here, could go Grupo. Let's just see what this is doing now. Put crit chance here. There we go, 40. Cool. All right. So let's push this to, I guess, 15. And then... See, the good thing about running gunner is that we can use the Banshee Pulse too. That could get us that status effect that we need. I mean, I like the Bright Foam though. We don't need to use it all the time, just to proc. All right. All right. We didn't get the special ammo? What the hell just happened? Do I got 4 pieces? Yes. Let me take one off and then put it back on. You know how this shit is. All right, let's try that again. All right. There we go. All right, so I pushed it out so we don't get the crit damage buff from the close range, but 2.4 million. That's crazy, guys. That's gonna hurt somebody. So the other way is if we put on ongoing directive mask, and then where's that put us? 45, 121, which is good. That's good. Then we got foxes down here. So 45, 121, perfect. And then do we still got special ammo? No. All right. All right. $2.459, so about the same, huh? Give or take. That's about the same, isn't it? Let's push that out to 20. All right. $2.459. All right. Going back to the Coyotes, which I think would be better for the team. Ongoing directive needs, and that puts us at 39,145, which is actually more. So at that range, we're going to be getting the buff of 10%. So that pushes us to 50% crit chance, which is great for a rifle. So 2.4 basically, right? So the other one's 100,000 more. Well, there's 2.437. So they're the same, right? They're the same. The advantage would go to the coyote mask because when the enemy pulls in close, your crits are going to go up a little bit. So let's see what that number is. All right. It says the same. 2542. There it is. So that's the range, right? So 2.4 to 2.5, basically, running the coyotes. And then you're all around buffing your team here, which we likey. What up, Rico Muerte? You want to see the ninja bike backpack? You want to see what that does? All right, let's see what we can do with the ninja bike real quick. So I'm just gonna put on the ongoing directive here, and then we could go ninja bike, and then that allows us to drop some of these. See, the chest is cool because we're getting more amplified damage to ourselves. That'll help us kill. So I'm gonna keep that. We could go foxes now. Now we get some accuracy with that. And then I guess probably walker, right? Get some damage to armor for that bleed. Damage to armor helps bleed. Or we could double up on the damage to armor and go both, which might be better than going fox's prayer. Maybe. Let's drop this real quick. Put this here. And then put this here. So walker is now better than if you're the contractor's gloves if you're looking to run the ninja bike backpack. You also got Picaro. That's not a bad idea right there, actually, because that would give us another skill tier, and then we'd have 2 skill tiers, and that could help our skill, whatever we're gonna go. That might be smarter. Okay, so that should give us what we need, right? Except we have to take this off. Take that off. Take that off. Okay, and then look where we're at. So we're at 378. $394. It's for the bug. So you got to work around the bug. Okay, and then 401. 401, good. That's what we want. So so we wanted to make sure it didn't cancel our first buff, which is weapon damage and weapon damage. Okay, so cool. And then crits wise, we're at 40, 82. So we lost some crit damage there and the backpack talent. So this, but we gained raw damage, damage to targets out of cover, and then of course more damage to armor. So let's grab this real quick. $1.347, so I see a drop in damage. 1.9. So we lost 4 to 500,000, 600,000, up to 600,000. So 5 to 600,000. You know. So that doesn't make sense, right? You get why? So I mean, we gained a skill tier and an armor core, but at the cost of 600,000. And the armor core isn't going to be helping us. So the skill tier does for this. So we would have to make this make sense. So the damage to armor isn't helping at all. So we'd have to put on a Picaro's holster with crits. Let's find one there. Cool. And I might even change that to a skill tier instead of armor. So 1.7. So we dropped more because of the armor core, right? But oh, we also lost some crit damage, so let me square that out. Actually, we'd leave it there. I'd probably rebound. That's fine right there. So I'd probably turn that into a skill tier because we don't have any bonus armor or anything like that, and we got the armor and kill, so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough call, right? It's a tough call. I mean, I feel like the Coyote's Mask is the better way to go. Or, of course, the Memento. And the reason why is because the Memento is going to give us the skill efficiency to help our riot foam come back. So we only got 3 skill tiers there. And I'd rather have skill efficiency than an extra skill tier. And we've learned that from the past. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, which I know you are because you guys rock, then you know that the skill efficiency is more important than the extra canister of riot foam. You'll run out of riot foam if you just go for the skill tier, but if you have the 30% skill efficiency coming out the backpack, then the cooldowns are faster and it helps. It's more efficient that way. And so with this loadout, I mean, we could keep the Brazos there and then drop the Foxes if we're looking to, well, let's try both, actually. Let's see which one's better. Obviously, we don't have our mementos, so we'd be missing out on 30% weapon damage. Probably the better way to go, though, than vigilance, right? So we'll go test in the field, but do you understand why? Because you're going to get the 30% weapon damage back once you get your trophies, but you're also going to get regen. And so that would allow us to not have to utilize Gunner. And it would give us a better riot foam. So that's 1.3 right there without the trophies. So the trophies are probably going to push that, I bet you, to about 1.7. And we didn't have the full ongoing directive. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on a second. We need to test between... I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just messing around. Didn't we get the ammo anyways? Didn't we? Or am I going crazy? All right. That threw me for a loop. All right. So 1.6, 1.632. Yeah, so that's easy 1.8, 1.9 million right there. And then we'd get the skill efficiency, which would be important. Okay, so 1.6, let's try now the ongoing holster, and then let's put on the Fox's knees. Let's go do another one. So I would like, but we'll have to test this in the field to see if we like the memento. Okay, that looks about right. 1.4, so let's see. 1.9, so Foxes are better. It's the red core. And plus the damage to targets out of cover, so you got 2 things going for you there. So that's the build. Let's go, let's see how close we can get to 2.5 million with our mementos. Ooh, we had a headshot too, so we can make that even better. All right, let's see where we're at. 33, so we need to bump this to crit chance. I'm gonna obviously lose some crits because of this backpack. 39, 94, so it's gonna go down. So we got crit chance there. Okay, crit damage there. Let's change the knees. Yeah. So push that just a little bit higher on the crits. Yeah, Negotiator's Dilemma would also be great. Yeah, Negotiator's Dilemma would also be great. I hear that. The only catch is that you'd be hoping for a synergy between Doctor's Home and Negotiators, and you're not going to get that. Because the mark only lasts for 5 seconds, and you're not going to kill the 3 enemies. You're not going to mark and kill 3 enemies in 5 seconds. There's no way. You know what I mean? I mean, that's like an extreme situation. So that's the catch. It's almost like they made sure it didn't work with ongoing directive. So ongoing directive marks last longer, but I mean, it could help you stack the armor on kill back to back better. You know what I mean? So it's not that it's a waste. I'm not saying it's a waste, but you're not going to get the 3 armor on kills simultaneously. Yeah, so the build... Oh, I forgot to check this. We have rifles set. We should. We have... The build has Doctor's Home that gives you 10% armor on kill to the entire team without having to get out of cover. So that's the change to Doctor's Home. And what I got to say was its biggest weakness for legendary. For heroic, it didn't matter because I was like, I'm getting out to grab that damn trophy anyways. You know what I mean? But for legendary, you know, in a 4-man squad, and you're like, I gotta go get that trophy so I can heal my team, and it's just like you get mowed down on your way over. You lose all your armor to go get your armor on kill. Didn't make any sense, you know. Okay, so yeah, I'm on Xbox, James. So yeah, what we're gonna do here is test basically the full. We want to see the test here is we know this all works, but we want to see the full damage with all of our trophies. Get in here. A decoy would be good too.
Reinforcements incoming.
A fucking grenade. There it is. That's before our trophies. I mean, this isn't really a playing close type build, but I got that turret up there. Get out. I feel like a decoy would be better than the fixer drone. There we go. Just that turret was a suppressor. You kind of don't want to waste your ammo, right? Your bleed ammo on a piece of tech.
Reinforcement complete. Serious trauma detected.
Come on. I know you're out there. There you are. Oh, holy shit, right? This thing sinks. You can go shield too, right? Rifles take shields.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
What do we got here? Fucker. Holy shit, this rocks, man. I mean, that fucking boss was nobody. He was a nobody. That boss was a nobody. He had a trash build, bro. He had a trash build. So if you equip a shield with this, I mean, you're out of cover will be amazing. Now, obviously for legendary, not that helpful to have a shield. Let me let my skills cool off real quick. Yeah, he had a trash build, bro. Your build is trash, bro. Oh my god. The dark zone. things hurt in the dark zone. Your build is trash, bro. I wish cancer on you. Things hurt in the dark zone. You're a cheater. I'm reporting you. Things hurt in the dark zone. Okay, it's not gonna let me mod this, so we'll just go with that. It'd be interesting to run So we're running rifle right now. So the rifles give the thing with rifle is that sharpshooter is what I mean. Holy shit, that was a butt kill. Is that it gives you some stability, but also, oh my god. Whoa! What the fuck did that guy just come from?
Incapacitated.
He spawned from the ground.
Agent deceased.
That sucks that we just died because I needed all my trophies to see what our damage was. Obviously, it's good enough. I mean, it works as a solo build, but you know, a group you can get scaling. But you are, I mean, come on, guys, at 2.5 million or 2 million, whatever it is, it's gonna be in that ballpark. I mean, you know, scaling or no scaling, you're good to go. You know. I mean, base weapon damage 425. Okay, but let's get it back out there. Sorry, I shouldn't have died. I was playing it really aggressive. Appreciate you, Lawrence. Appreciate you, Lawrence, man. Thanks for the support. It totally helps. Right on, right on. Lawrence is in the house. Trash build. You're a nobody. Okay, let me restart that. Actually, reset control points. So, I mean, my guess is we're probably going to be at like somewhere between 2.2 and 2.4 million, without a fresh trophy.
Control point nearby.
But once we see our peak value, then we can just make the call. So let's talk about the memento for a second. Is that so? The reason why we're running is, yes, it's nice because we get the bonus, the bonus armor and the armor regen. That's really helpful for us, right? Because we're gonna be pretty squishy otherwise. We're all red, no extra armor. But it's really the skill efficiency that we're after, and that's because we don't want to run a skill build. So your alternate would be to start putting on a bunch of skill tiers and roll status effects and all that shit. And you don't want to have to do that, right? Because then you're going to take away your DPS, and that's what we were talking about and what we are hoping for when it comes to these new rifles and marksman rifles, the exotics, okay? The other one's a Sacrum. I think my impression is that these will go over better as a DPS build that is supporting your team, you know? And so for argument's sake, you could go with the Coyote, but if your team is picking you up all the time because you're dead all the time, then that sucks. You know what I mean? That really sucks. I mean, there's a really good, I mean, you got to think about this philosophically, gameplay, right? Like, okay, like if you have a build that does a ton of damage, okay? Let's say you're running an all skill build, all yellows, no armor on kill, no armor regen, and let's say you got glass cannon on, but you're constantly dying and your team is having to pick you up, you know? Are you pulling damage? Wouldn't you be better? I mean, it's a question. Wouldn't you be better with with more survivability, less damage, so that your team could put out more damage instead of picking you up? Aren't you hurting the team? I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with glass cannon. Obviously, I run glass cannon, but it's more about, can you use it effectively, or are you dying? Like, what do you think when you see a team where one of the players has like 25 revives? You think that's good or bad? There we go. See, the thing about what happens in Legendary, by the way, is that the NPCs get you to miss a lot. Okay, so you're gonna be missing a lot more shots, and they're gonna play really deep. What else do the legendary enemies have? This is what ongoing directive's weakness. Let's talk about its weakness also. Is that the NPCs, the legendary NPCs have healing stations, and that weakens bleed. So bleed builds get nerfed in legendary content because they're healing faster than they're bleeding. And so what ends up happening is that you hurt them. Let's just say you almost even kill them. Then they go run into their healing station. They heal through the bleed. And then come back to full armor. But the worst part about it is because you didn't get the kill, you just lost and exhausted all your ammo and now have to go back to using your skill, right? To reacquire a status, or to get a status effect, and to get the buff or the ammo, so on and so forth. And so legendary is going to require more out of your skills. There's nothing you could do about that. You know, you could be the best player in the game. They're just going to keep robbing you of your ammo, of your special ammo is what I'm talking about, right? And that special ammo is what prevents you from having to use your skills. And so if you keep losing your skills, I mean, if you keep losing your special ammo because the enemies keep running in their healing stations, then you're gonna find yourself like with not enough skill power, basically. Right? You can be like, I don't have the skill tiers to keep up with this. And so that's why, you know, that's why we can pretend to say that, oh, the memento sucks for group, or the memento sucks in legendary, or the memento's no good, but the memento would be vital in this case, right? Because it's gonna make us not have to use more skill tiers, turn this into a hybrid skill build and be more effective, and thereby give our team more amplified damage. So the memento might be best in slot on this build, I guess is what I'm saying. And it still might not be enough, right? But we're gonna need that skill efficiency. They're gonna get us to miss the riot foam. They're gonna heal through their bleed. We're not gonna get our ammo. And then we're gonna have to repeat that cycle over and over again. And so even with the memento, I might have to run technician, realistically. And so we can pretend, that's what I'm saying. So it's sort of a, you know, you got to think realistically, because I can go run the Grupo backpack. I have nothing wrong with that. I loved how hard it hit. I was like, yeah, all right, 2.6 million, right? There's 2.1 right there. We're almost at full trophies. And so, you know, I can slap that build together, but the reality is that I know that when I go into legendary, we're not going to have the skill tiers to pull it off. You know, even with technician, you know, I'm gonna run out of skills, and I'm not gonna get the special ammo, and it's just like, why am I running this build? Holy shit. This actually feels, I gotta be honest with you, it feels better than Striker. Obviously, you gotta like the rifle. Hold on. You hold that. Thank you. Don't break that shield, though. Let me get out of here. We're in danger. We're in danger. 2 riot foam, guys. There we go. Riot foam is not a friend. There we go. Okay. Now we need to check. We almost got full ammo. I mean, trophies. Why didn't he just die? Oh, my fucking gun didn't switch. Sorry, I got a sticky red bumper. That guy bled out in the back there. Okay, let's catch this. 1.9. Without a fresh trophy, all right. 2.9's not bad.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by
You saw 2.1 earlier, but I want to get the damage with just full trophies, no fresh trophies. Assuming we're like in legendary and we're playing from cover, you know. That's what I'm looking at here. 1.3 non crit, 1.9 crit, and he bled out. We're strong. 2.165 with the trophy. So yeah, the trophy's obviously gonna be stronger. He just came out of that door. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm not in a good spot. See the regen? So really helpful. We couldn't get the kill. So the regen helped us out. It's still going. Let's see if we can catch that last crit. A lot of 1.4s, round that up to about 1.5. So that's what we were seeing in the range, 1.5 to 1.9, depending on the ammo. Not bad. What up, A Tony? Yeah, vigilance, it's harder, no doubt, but how would we get our special ammo if we ran vigilance? You know? We'd have to load on skill tiers, and then vigilance would no longer hit harder. You see what I'm saying? So, unless we would think that 2 riot foam was gonna cut it, and it's not. It's just not going to cut it, right? And so if you roll vigilance on your back, you're going to have to roll riot foam. So you're going to put on your 25% total weapon damage and then start taking away 15% damage cores. And you're going to need at least 3 cores, maybe 2 at a minimum, but at least probably 2 to 3, let's just say that. 2 to 3 cores to do what the memento does. And what I mean is that skill efficiency. Well, I don't know if glass cannon will make the bleed stronger, so I get the value there. But we are getting a free 15% hollow point ammo damage, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a quasi glass cannon here, which is kind of nice. So, I mean, like, what I'm tempted to do, the damage that I'm tempted to sacrifice is actually the sharpshooter damage. And what I would do is put on another skill tier to make sure we don't, because I'm serious, like, I'm not kidding around. I think we need more riot foam. Now, we did fine in heroic, no doubt. No doubt. But when we go to legendary, I promise you we're going to run out of riot foam. So I'm thinking like, I think, so the damage that we're getting out of sharpshooter, if you don't know, so we get some handling buffs, but we also get 15% headshot damage, which is like 15% crit damage, because we're obviously going for the head with that scope. So, so I think probably, I mean, some creeping death on the backpack would also be interesting, wouldn't it? I mean, I think there's like 1,000 different ways you could, not 1,000, but there's probably like 6 or 7 different ways you could take this build right as we have it. Just changing out the backpack, right? We could even put the ongoing backpack, and then what happens with that, which is why that's good. The ongoing backpack is really good. So it increases the duration and damage of the bleed. And I believe it's by 100%. Now, that doesn't sound like it's good because you're like, oh, I'd rather have crit damage. And I get that. And the reason why we do rather have crit damage is because of the gun's talent. We want that 10% armor on kill. That's important to us and the team. So, but if we look at the backpack, the ongoing directive backpack, it says here that increases the duration of your bleed status effects by 50% and the damage by 100%. So 50% to the duration. And that's important because the longer those very tanky, heroic, legendary NPCs are bleeding, as they're running around, making you miss your shots, making you reload, as they're healing in their healing stations. Is always a fucking healing station, right? And so that gives you more time for you and your team to get them down, you know, because your bleed is lasting longer. And so you're kind of refreshing the mark as you keep shooting him. You're going to eventually run out of ammo, though. That's the shitty part, is that when you shoot an enemy that's already bleeding with amplified bleeding ammo, you don't refresh that bleed until it expires. And you might be out of ammo by that time. So, I mean, with the way that this is set up, I mean, anyways, my point is that we could change the backpack out a couple of different ways. We can go vigilance, we can go creeping death, we can go ongoing directive backpack, and then probably the second best thing to do outside of this is the Coyote's mask. And so the Coyote's mask, which is good about the Coyote's mask, is that it would instantly deliver, right? But it just kind of goes back to the whole thing, would be like, but then how are we getting our status effects? You know, it's just like, you got to get the status effects, you know, and then that might put you into a position where you're gonna have to use Ridgeway's Pride chest piece, you know. But the problem is, again, in Legendary, the enemies don't like to stay inside that 15-meter zone. They're gonna come in, they're gonna start to bleed, and they're gonna walk away. The good news is that as long as they're marked, you got that time. What does the ongoing directive mark last for? 10 seconds. So you got 10 seconds to kill them. Hopefully you can. But what I would probably do is this. Yeah. Oops. What did I just do? Whatever I did, I don't want to do it. I think this is where we'd want to be with the build. And that puts us to 2 skill tiers right there, while not sacrificing the red. So we maintain our 6 red cores. So when we grab a trophy, if we are able to play into a fresh trophy, we'll get that 30% weapon damage buff on top of the 30% weapon damage buff. So for heroic, this build would be king, even better than vigilance, right? Because vigilance can't do 60, 90, 120% damage off of its backpack. So this would be stronger than vigilance. But in legendary, you're going to be parked a lot, and you're not going to be able to get those trophies too much. So you're going to be with the 30% weapon damage, which isn't as much as vigilance, but we have to have that skill tier for legendary. For heroic, we're okay with 1 skill tier plus the 30% skill efficiency. We're good. We're good in heroic. And that's because our time to kill is way better in heroic, right? We kill them before they stop bleeding, thus we get more ammo, thus we don't have to use the riot foam. So that's the difference here. So with heroic content, you could either swap out your memento backpack and put whatever you want if you want to run vigilance, and then keep technician, or keep the memento, which is what I would do in heroic, and then change your specialization to whatever you want. Gunner, get 20% armor on kills, spend more time out of cover that way, right? You can run survivalist, go get protection from elites that way a little bit. But I'd probably say technician, sharpshooter, or gunner would be your best options. And then firewall, because firewall would give you that shield that would allow you to put out more damage. But pretty cool build. Pretty cool build. Okay, let's take off the... let's take off this for a second. Let's see what this other one does. So, Sacrum Imperium. So, the cool thing about this is that it could potentially give you your status effects. So now, we don't need to use the riot foam. Now, we could use... maybe a decoy or whatever, fixer, whatever. And then if we're doing that, we wouldn't need the skill tier either. So we could put back on, in this case, we're gonna need gunner, right? Because we're not gonna have the armor on kill from like we did with the doctor's home. And now I don't know if this would work. We might still need sharpshooter because this thing might be a beast without sharpshooter. So let's just go check that out real quick. Actually, I'd probably take off the memento and put on this. Maybe even a Raldi, actually, if I had that. This might still be glitched and not working with, I guess it would be, with focus. So, but focus would be nice with this. So let's just see what it's doing without, oh, actually, let me set this to invulnerable. Let's go over here and see if we can earn some ammo. So we have to pulse him, which takes forever. Did he not catch on fire? What just happened? So, how's this fucking thing work? Okay, let me see here. Tags enemies when in scope. If agent kills any marked target with a headshot, okay, it's gotta be a headshot. All other targets will have 50% movement speed and, oh my God. Okay. So we gotta mark multiple targets. So this is like at the beginning of a fight. This is crazy. All right. And then, okay, so it's gotta be a headshot kill. And then they're catching on fire, so let's see if we can get our special ammo. Okay, now we got it. Now we can keep getting special ammo, right? Pretty easy. Until we run into a bunch of elites, right? Okay, before we do that, let's just see how hard we're hitting. 2.1, that's pretty good. So you're accidentally pulsing them anyways, or marking them anyways when you've got a tanky target like this, right? Because you're just aiming down on them. So now let's put it to what we encounter on a second wave, right? Here's a second wave in heroic. So you're like, okay, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me, and it's got to be more than one enemy. It doesn't make sense to just mark one enemy, right? You got to have multiple enemies marked, because once you kill that one guy with the headshot kill, then the other ones catch on fire, and that's how you're getting your special ammo. There we go. And now we got to burn them. Oh, this thing bucks like a Bronco. We got more ammo just in time, though, didn't we? Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna play out. Shit. You know what I mean? And then the idea would be to be able to kill everybody and then be like, okay, I'm gonna mark you because I'm shooting at your head. Okay, you're marked. There we go. Huh. Okay, interesting. So we wouldn't need the foxes. Let's drop those. Let's just go see how this thing works in the real world, because it's gonna be nuts, right? And probably the coyotes here. Actually, I could probably put crit damage here since we got the coyotes. You have to play deep. Yeah, this gun is like, the hardest part is it's like, okay, wait, you want me to mark two guys, okay? And how long does that mark last? So the mark lasts forever. After 2 seconds in scope. So it's like, you don't see me, you don't see me. So the decoy is gonna be important here. Okay, so we're not gonna need the shield. We're definitely gonna need some sort of fixer. So this would work if we never have to use basically a status effect, an actual status effect. That would maybe make it worth it. Because if you throw out your decoy every now and again, pulse 2 guys, and they kill one of them, it has to be with a headshot. Remember that. Then the other one catches on fire, and now you kill him and you get your special ammo, you know, and then from that point forward, hopefully you're able to kill everybody while they're under status effects. And then you never have to do that whole weird pulsing thing again. And the other question is, we got to know, okay, is can you switch weapons while they're marked? I'm guessing no, but if you can, think about that. Pull mark 2 guys, switch weapons, kill one of them, you know. Let's try it, all right? I doubt it'll work, but most exotics disengage when you switch.
Identified.
But it seems like a backup weapon, doesn't it? It seems like this backup weapon. It's just like when you kick off the fight using it, you get, you know, that status effect going, and then you use your other weapon until that 30 seconds goes up. Because otherwise, now you got this weapon with no talent, no usable talent for 30 seconds, you know? And so what if you run out of ammo? What if you run out of that special ammo? So like here, let's mark one guy and then we're gonna switch weapons. He's marked, so switch between weapons. Ooh, it almost looked like it was gonna stick, but it didn't, huh? Yeah, it doesn't. Wow, that would have been the trick. Okay, we're not that lucky. So we're gonna have to mark all these guys, and it should last forever. And you could be done with the fight by now, but so we're not gonna. We happen to have special ammo because we started with that. Let me take. I'm gonna take. I don't know. I can't take it off, huh? I just went through all this marking. Okay, let's go. All right, see how it goes.
Reinforcements.
And if you imagine doing all this marking and then accidentally switch weapons, and no scope sucks.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm taking aggro and I got my fucking decoy down there. It sucks. It's got to be a headshot kill. All right, there it is. So now they're on fire. Let's see what we can do with it. Nothing. Nothing, right? Imagine a legendary. That situation would just get way worse right there, right? Oh my god. Yeah, the full Nemesis is pretty slow too, but at least the Nemesis can one-shot kill. You know what I mean? The problem with it, what just happened is it took like a bunch of shots to kill that enemy. In the meantime, I'm taking damage, so let's try again. So mark this. So you gotta have 2 guys marked. That sucks. And that second guy you want to be in a killable place. Now you can actually start shooting at him if you think about it while he's marked, so you don't have to wait unless it's a surprise mark. The handling's pretty bad. I feel like I'm gonna have to need a sharpshooter. There we go. So that guy should be on fire right there. But now I can't kill him fast enough. And his status effects is gone. Yep. I guess. No, I still had the ongoing directive buffs. Okay, so that's good. So we got our ammo. Mission accomplished. There's that. All right. That's a pretty strong bleed right there, huh? Can you combine that with the damage of the thing? Watch that red guy. mean, it's not a very comfortable build. I feel very vulnerable, you know? I feel like I'm running glass cannon, basically. I'm not. It makes no sense to pulse a guy unless you got another guy pulsed right at two guys pulsed, you know? I mean, we're alive and we have special ammo without using a status effect, so that's good. Maybe with sharpshooter I'll like it better. Except that's our armor on kill has been pretty helpful. Fire grenade. I mean, I wonder if it's supposed to be better with. I mean, it's not the worst thing, I can tell you. I mean, you know, remember, ongoing directive isn't the strongest build in the game, but so, you know, if you run this with aces or hot shots and get that weapon handling, would we like it more? Does it become more realistic? Does our time to kill actually go up because our reticule doesn't bounce as much? Or is it easy as just putting on sharpshooter? Yeah. Okay, so there's that. So the deal is, though, if we put on a really, I wonder if we put on a really strong, like, hot shots build. I mean, there's no way we're gonna one-shot kill with this thing, right? Just mark this guy. Okay, he's marked. He's marked. He's got to go down with the headshot. Now he's on fire. Not that that's helping me a ton. Because he's still launching rockets.
Vital signs critical.
You know, fire or not, that guy's still launching rockets. So yeah, it's just not that helpful on bosses apparently. Who are you shooting at, dude? That guy? So now I don't have any amp damage. And so I'd have to, like, you know, it's very hard to acquire amp damage right now, right? So you against a boss, you're gonna run out of amp damage. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. So one is that reticule is just like horrible. So I think we're gonna have to put on sharpshooter. I mean, that thing just opens wide. You can't, I mean, why have all those RPMs if you can't use your RPMs? I mean, you see how much I have to slow down to take a shot? I might as well use a bolt action one-shot kill weapon, you know? Because you have to slow down and go tink, tink, tink. Even slower than that, actually. That's faster than what it needs, what it really is. No, Tidy. I mean, maybe when they're under fire, yeah. That's a good point. Maybe when they're under fire, you can switch weapon and burn them really quick. That's a good point. Because they start running around like crazy, right? They're like, ah, I'm on fire. But technically, their movement speed is supposed to be slower. So I imagine they would stay on fire if you switch weapons. I imagine they would. We could test that in the testing range, but that might be a good point. You could just switch weapons then, and then go back to your Imperium. But when is the sharpshooter? Okay, so we know we're gonna need sharpshooter for this, because. So I got that right. And you know, we've talked about this before, but technically, if you're a headshot guy, you don't want your enemy to be on fire. Because then they put their hands in front of their head. They actually raise their hands, and all of a sudden it's more difficult to kill them. So I don't have my Hotshots backpack right now, so we'll just go without that. The Hotshots backpack would allow you to miss. Let's go get it, because I think we're actually going to need it. Yeah, I think so too, Salty. I mean, you got a good point, because they didn't put a scope on it, right? But to be up close and personal and pulsing somebody for 2 seconds also is a little tough. Possible to do, but did they say they were gonna fix the scope? I think they did. You're right, Pain Channel. I think you're right. They did, didn't they? Because they said that's supposed to be working with focus, which means that there's going to be a scope there. Yeah, the Pyromaniac as a backup. Huh, Dragon. I haven't seen the Pyromaniac in a long time, actually.
Entered.
Doesn't drop very often. I deleted mine. Okay, so Hotshots backpack. Take that one. And we'll try the chest too. So I guess I'm just sort of just trying to figure out, like, why do we want them on fire? You know what I mean? And so for ongoing directive, you see the point there, because you're like, oh, because then you get special ammo, and then, you know. But you know that they tested it, like the devs, like when they tested this weapon, you know they tested it with hotshots, right? And that's why they thought it was suitable to release as it was. They always do that. So Heartbreaker was the same thing. So they, you know, we got the Kingbreaker and we got Heartbreaker at the same time, right? And those weapons, I mean, that build and that weapon synergized so well. You could tell that it was well tested together as a unit. And I feel like they must have like tested this gun just with hotshots and somehow got it to work to the point where it's like, yeah, this makes sense. Look, very achievable, very realistic. I don't know about that, but I want to test that. Yeah, or Bob, as Bob was saying, yeah, maybe the perfect talents too. You know, so we talked about that the other day too. You're right. So like, if we had the perfect chest talent, because then you can get them bleeding, you can get them blind, and then you can catch them on fire. So you'd have all three status effects. But why? You know what I mean? And so that's the part I'm trying to figure out is like, why do we want to do that instead of just killing them? You know? Why don't we just kill them? And I'm saying that not, I know it sounds like a silly question and it sounds obvious, but I'm saying that because it takes so long to mark them that by the time we're done marking multiple enemies, we could have killed them. And so that's the challenge that I'm seeing. Is like, that's where I'm seeing the, but let's just go run this with hot shots real quick. We maybe be missing, we might be missing something, right? We might be like, oh yeah, it does work really well because hot shots chest and backpack are giving us what we need, you know? So, to land those shots and we're, you know, or something like that. I don't know. So let's just check it out with the set and then see what's going on. So let me see. What are we running here? Headshots? Okay. So I got 1 armor core, and that's because we're running the chest. It's going to give us more bonus armor. So the backpack allows us to miss a shot. The chest gives us more bonus armor. Doubles our bonus armor. So that's going to give us the ability maybe to move out of cover more. And then mask-wise, we could try the Hasberg. See if I have that mask. Yeah, I do. Cool. And then now we got 1.1. And then for knees, we can go... I mean, technically, we can go Sawyer's knee pads here. Are almost tempting because if you're sitting still marking people, then that'll be handy. Or, but if their intentions are for us to get close and move around, then we're going to want something like Araldi. But let me find one with, if I haven't, weapon handling too. Oh, we could do another Hasberg. It's not a bad idea either. Let's see if I got something better. Could be a glove too, doesn't have to be a knee. Let's see here. Or a holster. Let's see what we got. And that would really boost our damage right there, huh? But I want one with a weapon handling and a headshot damage because the weapon is such a beast. So let me see if I got something like that. There we go. All right. All right, all right. Now I'll probably load the armor a little bit because we got a lot. And so let's see here. Let's change the chest. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the mask as it is. I don't want to re-roll it yet. Put that to weapon damage. Gloves are good, right? Okay, so it's a backpack. We need to optimize. Yeah, it is hard running in everything else when anything that you can't one shot. I agree. What you're saying. What up, man boy? Yeah, Ninja Bike backpack is good. You know, it doesn't work on every build. It's hit or miss depending on the build, you know, unless you just want to do something fun and, you know, just for the sake of being fun. But I like the Ninja Bike. It's buggy, of course. There are some bugs that they need to fix, but I like it. There's some builds, you know, you have to work through your builds. You have to ask yourself the question, does this make sense? I'd be better off with this or better off with that, you know? And sometimes it's your play style that dictates whether it makes sense. You know, like going over something like the Memento. Let's see here. What do we need? Let's just keep it on elite. Okay, so yikes. You see the yikes here? That's how many shots you would have to land to kill an elite. I mean, I feel like I'm getting robbed. You know what I mean? The damage peaks out at about 1.8. I mean, why would I want to do that? Why? The handling got better though, actually. Let's go to this other one. Okay. There's a buck on it, making that time to kill pretty bad. That distance is pretty realistic. So I'm playing into the RPM, right? What does the RPM say? 290? All right. And you know, while this is happening, you can be taking damage, right? A lot of misses there. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. I mean, that's a standing still enemy. You know they're gonna be running around. They're not just gonna stand there like that. There's just no way this weapon. Oh man. We might move on, guys. We might move on. There's just no way. I mean, right there, okay. I mean, that's pretty fucking close on an enemy that's not moving. All right, let's go try it. Let's go try it. That enemy better not move though, right? And then I'm gonna be like, when did we catch people on fire? Why? When did that happen? Yeah, brace would work, but we already got a lot of weapon handling. So, you know what I mean? So we got 3 weapon handling mods, weapon handling coming from sharpshooter, and weapon handling coming from the set at 30%. So that's like, that's a lot of weapon handling. Like if I added any more, I'd be like, oh my God, right? It's not worth it just so I can catch somebody on fire, in which I never do. You know? Because I'm too busy concentrating on trying to land a fucking shot. I give a rat's ass whether they're on fire or not. That's gonna make my shot harder. You'll see. I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean by make your shot harder. Let's catch one on fire. Now the good news is they're gonna slow their movement speed, so I like that part. But catching on fire, they should be raising their hands. That's what they usually do. So, oh, there's one. No, he's not gonna work because you need 2 guys, remember? You gotta have 2 guys. Kill one, the other one catches on fire. And that kill's gotta be with the headshot. Man, they're asking a lot out of this fucking weapon. They could have at least made it like a one-shot kill type weapon, you know? You'd be like, okay, so instead of killing him, I'm gonna stand here for 2 seconds and mark, or 4 seconds. 4, right? How long does it take to mark 2 enemies? 4 seconds. 3 enemies, 6 seconds. 4 enemies, 8. You see, like, just ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna stand here for 10 seconds to mark 5 enemies when I could have had them all killed by that time with using a one-shot weapon. Damage. The damage is pretty good though. It's just that. I mean, that's without the damage shot. Not going well. Come on. Come on. You got a bunch of riot foamers hovering over your body. That's not good. So we could get rid of the chest piece, but what would make sense, right? Because it doesn't work with focus. Focus would make the most sense. Screw you, dude. And so marksmen are very hard to shoot while moving, depending on the marksman. And so I do it, but like, oh God.
Agent down.
No, it's not really an option. That's what I was saying. Like, if we did put on even more weapon handling than we already have, it would get kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's an option. But let me show you how much weapon handling we have. So our swap speed is 45%. That's stability at 90%. So that's coming from sharpshooter, also with breathe control right there. 54% accuracy. So pushing that up even higher. The problem is it'd be like, you've got so much into weapon handling, sure, but then you just have to ask yourself, like, why not just run a different weapon that I don't have to do that with, of course, and get more damage too. Most weapons should feel pretty good at about 30 or 40% weapon handling, 50% if you want to go crazy godly, 60%, you know what I mean? So you can go higher. Like I did an LMG with 70-something%, but it's also more than just the stability on LMGs. You're also looking for a really good reload. So let's see here, though. Let's see here. Oh, geez, I thought I had him. There we go. Oof. Bad combo. I mean, obviously, I don't see the point of slowing down to get anybody to catch on fire. You know what I mean? Look, I want to do that one. I'm just gonna kill him. Just because it's mostly like it takes so much work to get your kill. To slow down even more would be kind of a frustration. You know, I'm really having to focus to get that headshot because Hot Shots is asking for, the way we're running Hot Shots with the backpack, it's asking for 50% accuracy. So you can only miss one out of every 2 shots, right? And if you miss 2 back to back, then you're restarting your buff. And look at our ammo. We haven't even gotten to the hard part yet. All right, he caught a fire. Look at that, we got one. Woo, 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 woo.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Sorry. Had to celebrate, we caught somebody on fire. Without sweating, be sweating about it. You know? We didn't get all sweaty doing it or nothing. It just happened. And that's how you'd want it to play out, right? You want it to just sort of happen. Yeah, it doesn't do very well at range, though, I'll tell you that. Without that scope, we're gonna need that fixed. You know what could be good about it, though? Like the fire, if you can get it to make sense, is like, you know when you're suppressed, the enemies are suppressed? because you scope in on them and then all of a sudden they're like hiding in cover. If you can pulse them in that instance, I call it a pulse, you know, but mark them. If you can mark them in that instance and then kill somebody and then they all catch on fire and kind of get out of cover. Damn fucking turret. Got my decoy down there and it's ignoring it. These fuckers. I think we'd want to move the chest to something more damage than the bonus armor, but you know, obliterate wouldn't really make sense on this chest. So, you know, what would you do? I guess if we didn't have anything, I guess we could go brace. You could, you know what I mean? I guess you could, because if you didn't have anything else. Up, up. We've got a medic out there. Definitely asks you to go slow, though.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the trouble, is just like that I can see is just like I'm not finding a reason to catch anybody on fire.
We've got hostiles on our plane. Come get some.
It's one of the problems with the status effect on a gun, because you know your competition is really Eclipse protocol, and it's just like, well, why don't I just run Eclipse protocol? I'm gonna do this, and you can. And you know, maybe you run the Scorpio instead of this gun and shock them and give 20% more damage from them and disorient them while you kill them. Damage wise, though, I gotta say it's not bad. It's just if the handling is gonna be this bad on it, then you're gonna want, I would want at least a damage talent on it instead, you know, or lucky shot or something like that, you know. So yeah, but no doubt you can kill it, but just run the regular G8, the non-exotic version. Put a damage talent, put Ranger on it instead or something. Preservation, get your 20% armor on kill. Or run an SVD. Or the Dread Edict, get more out of that. I mean, I don't even want to finish this. It's actually making me sleepy. You know what I mean? Like, boo. It's a marksman rifle. It's a fast-paced marksman rifle. So yeah, it's an MMR. Well, you're right, Salty, except their scope isn't working on it, so this doesn't have that great a range anyways, you know? And people are sniping with their Scorpios and Legendary. I mean, how many people do you see shooting at like 40 meters with their Scorpio and Legendary? It's like happening all the time. And it works because at least they're getting the status effect. It could set your teammate on fire too, Darkside. I didn't know that. But look at the mods here. Let's look at the mods. So we got headshot damage there, so that's good. Not very much though, but it's not bad. Stability, optimal range, more headshot damage, damage to armor. They changed that, huh? Didn't it have originally weapon swapping there? I heard you could change that too, by the way. So the weapon itself isn't the worst weapon. It's just not the best weapon. The base of it, you know? And so, but it does pretty well. Like, I felt like, you know, when you have these enemies that, when you have these enemies, yeah, I guess I do want to make this favorite, don't I? Standing in front of you, then, and they're just not moving, then they're easy, you know, easy targets, then it'll feel good in that moment. Because you're like, yeah, I'm stacking, but all you're talking about is just a really nice base weapon damage, a really nice set of mods, and the gear set. But if you had a damage talent there instead, you'd feel much better about the weapon. Because it's just not, no matter what, it just says targets are marked after 2 seconds in scope. What they should tell you, what you have to conclude there is no matter what, you have a minimum of 4 seconds worth of marking. It has to spread across 2 targets. 4 seconds. Because it doesn't work off of just one target. So tagging one target makes no sense. Because as soon as you kill him, nobody catches on fire. And nobody gets slower movement. Maybe it's a PvP weapon. You know? Maybe you sit there and mark the targets. Your allies kill them. The other guy gets slower movement. He's on fire and then he gets burned. I wonder if the enemy, does anybody know if the allies can see the mark? I imagine they can. But, okay, we're gonna move on to the next build though. So the other two I have on the docket for this evening. So we did the Doctor's Home. I feel like the Doctor's Home was really easy. And you could go a couple of different ways, but I'm gonna hold there for now. Doctor's Home is pretty obvious. It's an M1 ACQB with like preservation, right? Except it's spreading to your whole team. So it's there's not much to overthink on that weapon. But I like where we landed with it. So the Doctor's Home, we ended up with the ongoing directive. I feel like that makes sense. Negotiators would also make sense. It's a great build too. Also plays into the crits. But I like amping up my homies' ammo as well. So, okay. I mean, damage. So the one that let's do this one here real quick. Let's do this Eclipse build that I want to do. Now this is an Eclipse DPS build or Eclipse damage build. So I've done this in the past, but not in season 11 with these new talents. And so I think this will get easier. And the Eclipse backpack might be more interesting than in previous seasons. So I've been doing this since season 9 or 10. I think season 9. Very fun build. So I would run it with the Regulus, but I'm not going to do that now, obviously, because, and so that's what's pretty cool is because I don't, the Regulus not everybody has, but the Regulus applies to bleed. And so now we're going to have our one-shot kill run and gun capabilities. And so I'll just use the D50 with Determined. And so that'll make everything easier, I think, right? And then we might still need the Memento backpack, but I'm going to start with just the Eclipse because you don't want to run out of Riot Foam, but you'll see what I mean here. And so let's do the D&H chest, why not? And then we'll do Eclipse Protocol. And then Eclipse Protocol. And Eclipse Protocol. There it is. So we start with the backpack, but we did find out in the past that this is almost purely a memento build because, again, because of that skill efficiency. Getting our riot foam back. So this is going to rely on the riot foam. And so when you kill somebody with the riot foam, indirect transmission is going to happen, right? So your status effects now spread to everybody. So it multiplies your riot foam basically. And so it makes them all stand tall so you can just bop them all in the head or in the body in this case, right? So, and just keep spreading that riot foam. So, you know, really interesting. So I'm wondering, we'll start here and let's just make sure we have our punch drunk mask because we're going to need that too. Yeah, we do. No, that's not the one we want though. You could also run a catharsis actually with this because you can the other skill is a heavy shield, and that interesting. So a lot of survivability with this build. Very fun, very fun. So there's that. So we'll take this off and put on the I guess we do the white death here. And then we could also run the Nemesis if we decide not to run Sharpshooter. We're going to start with Sharpshooter. But we might also run the skill tier Technician. Pistols, rifles, skill. And then the other skill is just this big tanky shield. So you got your riot foam to keep them from flanking you. And then you got this 10 million beast. I'm going to drop some of this armor though and these skill tiers. We don't need all of that. Do it like that for now until I see how it performs. And you guys remember this build? I think the last time we ran it was for the global event, I think. I don't have high hopes for the backpack. Okay, so there's more than we need. So then we'll put on the punch drunk on this one. And then on the chest, we'll go ahead and go chain killer. Get a strong pistol that way. Headshot damage here. There we go. All right, that should work. Yeah, I mean, that's what I imagine it as, a crowd control thing. And so the other way to go with that sniper, the Sacrum, is, you know, the perfect creeping death and trauma. I see the synergy there. Because you can blind them, catch them on fire, and bleed them, and then spread it with creeping death. At least 2 out of the 3. It just wouldn't happen very often.
Identified.
So yeah, maybe you start a fight out that way. And then use it, switch over to a different weapon. And then when you get the next quiet moment, you do it again, I guess. Yeah, go for it, Henry Diaz. Of course you can. There should be links dropping just above your comment there. Or in the description area. Let's see here. Who are we running again? Oh yeah, Eclipse. Okay. So do we have ammo? We do. That's good. So what you can do is, so the point of the TAC 50 is just, again, like we always do, is to proc that headhunter.
Reinforcements incoming.
Okay. Ah, my button's stuck. Sorry. Yeah, damn it.
Agent incapacitated.
My right bumper. I need to clean my controller or something. It's unresponsive.
Agent vital signs 0. Reinforcements in place.
Okay, we should be body shot killing now, so this should get faster, and that's what we want. Yeah. That didn't count apparently. I think we're gonna want that memento, I'm sure of it, but. So you don't get the amplified damage off the backpack unless they're status affected. So if you run out of riot foam, then you're not gonna get any play out of that thing. Yeah, and it's not enough apparently. Because that guy was under status effects. Damn you. Oh, you sucker. Fucking give me a shot. All right, let's try this. Come on. Yeah, it's not enough. Unless we timed out, but it just doesn't look like it's enough. We shouldn't need to go all red with this. It must be... I don't know. So he's amped up. See how it's spread there? All right. So we got multiple kills. We should be fully good. So we should be able to... Yeah, one shot. Okay, good. They're non-elites though, so not that hard. Boss, leave her. See, the memento would be healing us too. That's the other thing. Okay, switching over. Well, actually, let's hold out for that. Let's see how we do against elites. So the riot foam is an issue, so we need that skill tier, skill efficiency thing going for us. Otherwise, we could keep running out of riot foam, but that's what we want to play into. Where are these guys? Okay, so we transferred. Which is a good sign, so we should be one-shot killing here. Nope. It's weird. Alright, but it might need that riot foam, right? Okay, yeah, so that, we don't like that. We're gonna need that memento. Yeah, let me try it again. Yeah, it works for me. That link works for me. I'm using Chrome browser there, Henry. That helps at all. All right, so yeah, as usual, we're gonna go back to the memento. There's a possibility for the ninja bike on this, actually. Huh? Maybe we'll try that first. That could be interesting. That could give me more power, because now I only need three there, and then I could go Walker. No, you're probably not going to want Walker. Probably going to want Chain Killer. If we can find the right one, there it is, and then. Probably Picaro's holster, right? That'll give us everything we need. Skill tier, weapon damage, armor. So that means Eclipse mask. Then we get 2 skill tiers out of that. Could be interesting. Might not have enough damage, so that's what we're going to check again. All the way down here. Picaro's headshot. There we go. And we get the skill haze. So that would fix our riot foam problem. Let's see if this works. Not, we'll do the memento thing. Yeah, it's weird they didn't cut that time to proc the Sacrum, right? Like, because that was the feedback we said. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, you know. Surprised they didn't cut that in half, at least. I think, and my guess is, I think it's because in this, have you guys noticed in this game, it takes 1 second for this game to notice anything? Like, even for Umbra Initiative, you know, it's like when in cover, when out of cover. It takes 1 second for it to realize you're in cover. Maybe they do that on purpose, I don't know, but... All right, so our start damage is okay. It's good. You're in a real bad spot if you can't get your Nice.
Reinforcements en route.
Okay, so can't kill an elite. All right, good to know off a single shot. Non-elite's not a problem. Here's an elite. Let's see what happens. Almost. Almost with the fresh trophy.
Agent deceased.
So we got an extra armor core here. There's nothing we can do about it, right? Because of the way Picaro's works. But that's one way to get more damage out of it. Otherwise, I could take off the stability and then run a little bit more. We're so close. 5% might be enough. Let's try 3. Also, expertise could probably throw it off. Let's see here. Where are we at stats wise? Weapon, headshot damage. Yeah, so we're missing a little bit of headshot damage too. Okay.
Arrived.
Could go no scope. White Death too, but or 1886 or whatever, but it's just faster with the pistol if we can get it to work. And I'm pretty sure the Memento will work. I just want to try the Ninja Bike too. That worked.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
I'll do the boss last. Ah, he's shot in the back.
Fucking rat.
You wait. I'm ready. Yeah, we got the power here now. All I did was change that mod, I think, right? See how it's spread? Yay. Cool. So yeah, this is working. I think. Oh, we also got the damage armor, the Ninja Bike. I can't remember if we tested. Main effort, you rock, man. Thanks for support. Thanks for supporting the Bandidos.
You can't be any geek off the street.
So
Gotta
really,
be handy
we
with
wanna
the steel,
use
if you
this
know what
to
I mean.
proc that damage up. Cool. That's the shortcut. Welcome to the club, man. So why didn't that work that time? Might be distance, so we make sure I'm close enough. Ooh, see, it's really close. Consistency is big for me, so I'm gonna want to make sure I either understand the build's limitations or fix the limitations. Should be a body shot. Come here. Well, let's get him. Almost. Oof. It's close. So close. Swap this out to D&H. Headshot damage. Oh, come on. God damn it. Probably heal up. Ah, I'm too slow. Is that all we have left now? Is the boss? No, good. Okay, we don't need to finish resetting. And now we can go to the memento. Give a stronger foam and then more damage, so we can get 30% more damage off that backpack. Plus the trophies and the regen. I think we need that regen. All right, so let's get rid of that. Put that on. Put this to headshot. This will need to be Eclipse. Get the armor there. So if we still don't have the damage after the trophies, then I'll have to roll that off. Which is okay, because we're gonna get bonus armor off the 1 core, and then we got the shield. But I would like 1.1 ultimately. Now in the past, I was using the Regulus. Sorry, I was trying to remember the name. So I was using the Regulus, and so the Regulus has a higher base weapon damage. So that's ultimately what we're testing here. Is like, can we do this with the D50 and determined, and then go even faster than we did with the Regulus? Because I'm looking at the D50 with determined as sort of the poor man's Regulus. The poor man's Regulus. Oh, you know where a variation of this build was? Was the Bulwark Bullies. That's where you saw this, a variation of this build. You guys check out that vid, Bulwark Bullies. This one's a very fun build, very unusual. It doesn't scale. It's not a one that scales though. All right, so we're close. So it looks like once we get a couple of trophies under our belt, then hold this.
Serious trauma detected.
Oh shit, they're behind me. Fuck. Damn.
Agent vital signs 0.
Damn. Yeah, we started with the Eclipse backpack. Really the problem is the riot foam. You run out of riot foam. That's sort of the problem with that one. What the hell? Don't take my kill. That was not a headshot. God damn it. Missed the headshot. Try that again. You just need one headshot, right? And so, just that one headshot. There we go. Ah, another one of these guys. Thanks for those. Gun's gonna suck. God, that guy's on point. He launched that grenade where I was going to be for sure. He doesn't stick either, man. Gotta have lots of rifle for this guy. I'm dizzy. Fuck. Nice glitch, right, foam.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
God damn, foam. That glitch. Oh, and then he dives out of it.
Serious trauma detected.
Ah!
Agent out of
Too slow! Ultra-Rest Desire. Appreciate you, man. Bandito to the bone. That hurt. All right. So we're almost to full trophies, and we might need all of our trophies to get that consistency. Yeah, we're pretty close. So it's the base damage there is holding us back. So I think if I change the knees, we'll be good to go. Jesus, foam. How many times is that gonna happen? All right, let's change his knees. So, Alteris, be sure you head over to my YouTube homepage when you get a sec. There's a playlist, a members-only playlist you should check out. It's Bandido to the Bone. You do get access to the Gamer Music playlists also, which is like the music you're listening to in the background. And the one of the other member perks is the bonus builds, and one of those just launched this morning, actually. So check that one out too. But the easiest place to find everything is that members playlist on the very top of my YouTube homepage. Check that out. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Alteris. All right, so we need to fix these knees. And then see if that... So let's get our damage to where it is, and then make sure... Then from there, we'll try to work in more defense, basically. One of the ways we can work in more defense is actually running Technician. And so what we would do is run the Nemesis instead of the TAC 50, and then just use the Nemesis to proc, and then run with the D50 at that point, and then we'd get the extra skill tier that way. And the right foam is a form of defense, is basically what I'm saying. Because I think with this build, you basically want to abuse the right foam a little bit more. It's sort of the point, right? Otherwise, why sacrifice the damage if you're not going to be using the right foam? And so I wasn't using the damage a lot at first. I mean, the right foam a lot as first because I'm trying to work on the damage equation here. But so what we'll do is this, and then change this to weapon damage. Cool. And then go here. Then we're in Technician. And then let's take off assault rifles. There we go. Load that up. Now we got 2 skill tiers plus a skill efficiency. So that should give us 4 canisters. All right, so 4 canisters. And then we'll take off that, put on the Nemesis. Now you don't have to do this. You can keep Sharpshooter and the TAC 50, but I figure might as well get that extra foam. Yeah, Determined, when I first started using Determined, Norman, it was kind of buggy, and I was like, oh, sometimes it's buggy. And then it started to level out for some reason. It's very consistent. Now, there are still a couple of inconsistencies, and one of them is going from engagement to engagement, like from a checkpoint to a checkpoint. So basically, don't count on it. Like when you're going from like if you have it procced, you see the symbol, and then you finish a control point. When you go to the next control point, it won't be there even if you see the symbol. And so I think it's supposed to be clearing after you end the battle, basically. Whatever battle that is. Now in Legendary, it was all over the place. So I would finish checkpoint 1 and I'd go into checkpoint 2 and it would still be active. And then sometimes I would finish checkpoint 1 and go into checkpoint 2 and it wouldn't be active. So it would be like, I don't know. And so I kind of would have to just throw out a test shot to see if it would work. And if it did, then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good. But before you start making yourself vulnerable. Oops, I went to the wrong fucking thing here.
I got you back.
It was like really? I think we got a little bit of status effects, huh? Oh, we got hazard protection on this, so But still, damn, you know? His grenade, like, it looked like it went over the fence, so I didn't jump. Oh, damn, they're everywhere now. Fuck. They love to do this to me, I swear.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Yeah.
Agent killed.
Damn, right? Yeah, so we got 4 pieces of Eclipse with the memento right now. Headshot damage everywhere.
Reinforcement.
Riot foam as our main skill. And it's a pistol build, so we're using the Nemesis only to proc. So we might need more trophies, but let's check. Aren't we good? On the weaker guys, at least. All right, killed an elite. What's up? Not quite strong enough for him. Okay, so we need more trophies. But it was close, so I think the trophies will fix it. So they're hitting at 11 million, so that's pretty good. An elite should be at about... Yep, that's an elite right there. Okay. I know there's somebody in there. There he is. Oh! See that right there? That's what we're doing. It was right there. Hold on. Hold on. Want to pre-proc. There we go. Oh, and I missed. Damn it. All right. It's all good. I think we got it, though. I think that's the equation.
Additional hostile contacts.
What? You like how you just rolled out of that riot foam like it was nothing? Hold still, dude. I'm working on something here. There we go. Fucker. Oh, really?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
God damn it. I mean, I must be the worst riot foam guy on the planet. You know what I mean? I hit him right in the feet and they just don't take it. You know?
Agent down.
They walk right through the rifle. Yeah, I do. You can hit the rifle from around corners. Yeah. It's a really good trick, actually. Pretty easy to do. See that? Right at her feet. And then, that's what I'm telling you, legendary, you know what I mean? It's gonna happen more, right? Oh, fuck. I didn't know he was that close. That works though. We got everything right where it needs to be. There's a couple of instances where, you know, if you don't go fast enough, where you might barely not kill an elite. But like, I think we're killing 9 out of 10 of them, not counting the bosses or helmet guys, with a single shot. And so it's gonna come down to, I think, playing fast, is so that you can grab those trophies and sort of play trophy to trophy. And I think that's what it is. As long as you get a kill once every 10 seconds, so you're inside that fresh trophy duration, then that's a 30% weapon damage bonus from that trophy, right? So I think that's the one that gives you the security to go over. What you need to be is, you need to be over about 10 million. An elite's gonna cost you 10 million in damage. Jesus Christ, double turrets. And that's because, so it takes 2 shots on that guy because we didn't have any trophies. So we don't have any damage off our backpack yet. Now, pistol's doing better, but we're gonna need to get some work going there. Fucking medic. Oh my god. I'm the worst rifle guy on the planet. I mean, this guy just escaped 2 rifle canisters. There we go. So now we got enough damage. So we didn't even have a fresh trophy, but it just took a couple of trophies to get us to where we needed to be. God damn, shield and pop.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Fuck.
Agent incapacitated.
I'm missing everything right now. That was my fault because I was missing. I could turn my back. Yeah, Grumpy. It just takes, I think with this one, it takes a little bit more work to get to that baseline damage. It's basically either a fresh trophy or the full trophy stack, almost a full trophy stack on the back, or both. And so that's because Hunter's Fury is giving you that amp damage, so we don't have any damage. It's all status effects on this build. The good news about, the good thing about the TAC 50 is it is faster to do the proccing exercise. because you don't have to load up. Jesus. Taking damage from everywhere. Like, where are these guys coming from? There we go. There we go. Fucker. God damn, you're so far away. Yeah. Got damage drop off impacting you there. Fuck yeah, it is. I'm gonna try this with the rifle too, because the rifles are so much stronger than the D50 that it might make the whole thing easier. The problem is the base weapon is a little low with Eclipse. It's a combination, right, with Eclipse. So let's put this to one of these. Let's try that too. All right. So I got the rifle, same talent, got determined on the rifle. And so the reason why I'm choosing the pistol is because of the gunslinger concept. You know, you're just faster to go from the rifle to the pistol, which that wasn't the pistol, but especially when your shield is up. And so, but if we're using the rifle, and if we can rifle fast enough and then switch out of it back to the rifle fast enough, if that works, then we could drop the shield and then roll on an armor core instead and get more bonus armor, which I think will work. That should work. Because the rifle, look at the rifle is a million in damage, right? And the pistol is 616. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. And so it should make it a lot easier. Let's try. Yeah, Basilio. Am I saying your name right? Vibesilo. Sorry if I screw that up. I tried to get these names right. But yeah, that's the close. I've actually been running this for several seasons. I normally run it with the Regulus, so that's what we're testing is trying to get the D50 with Determined to work. But I don't. The difference between the Regulus and the D50 is the base damage. So there's the D50 at 616, and the Regulus is at 823, and that's enough to the Regulus is easy. And so, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it with the 1886. So we got it to work. We got it to work. It's consistent. It's like 90% consistent with the way that we just had it. But you have to have your trophies up. Okay, so now we're going to load up with this. And so I think with the rifle, you're going to have more of a buffer. But the downside is you're not going to be able to use your big shield, which is okay. There we go. And so the good thing about this is that we'd be able to there you go, you see that? See what's going on there? So we'd be able to roll more armor on this build. Ah! What the fuck? How did I get foam?
Immediate medical assistance needed. Detecting hostile supply convoy. Heavily armed.
Oh, there's convoy coming in too. Okay, I'm gonna proc. Build up the damage buff.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Where are they at? I don't want to get hit by that fucking shit. fucking troll. God damn it, that's too close. So the pistol's consistent here too. So yeah, once you have your trophies, you're good. So you can switch back and forth. So the shield is still relevant. If you rotate weapons, it becomes much more interesting, actually. One shot with the Nemesis.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Just let it happen.
Here we go, we're procced. Yeah, boy. Fucking dog.
Got a hostile?
Damn. What? Really? Why didn't it transfer on him? Totally should have transferred on him. It must have disengaged. You know, sometimes if you're like really far away outside of the territory, it thinks that you are in a different fight, right? So that's 14 million, plenty of damage. So we might be able to, if we're willing to not use the pistol, or we could keep it like this, you know, I don't know, it's a tough call.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Why are you fucking dodgy? Ah, I fucking killed her. You don't want to do that. You can accidentally kill him with the rifle, and it's not what you want to do. Steals your buff. I did test this with the deflector shield. It also steals your buff, so it doesn't work with the deflector shield because it deflects your headshot and it effectively loses you lose your headshot to the deflection. So you might kill one enemy, but you'll lose your. You'll lose your chain killing capabilities. That's what it's all about. Three shots on him, huh?
Heavily armed. Hostile supply convoy nearby.
What is this?
It's right there. Like, why didn't you just transfer? Huh.
Hostiles coming from the flank. Damn it. I'm trapped.
Hostile supply convoy heavily armed.
Damn, you guys are everywhere. We're alive.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
See how it disengaged? Because I was too far out of the zone. So I gotta reproc it, even though we just ended with the headshot.
Supply room access unlocked.
Whoa, fucking guys, look at them running. What's up?
Hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, Jesus. We got flanked heavy. So as you can see, you can still run out of riot foam, right? So you see there, we were out of riot foam at the end. And mostly that's because of the misses, which is because of the enemies are just can run through your riot foam, I guess. Or I'm really bad at riot foaming. So it's something like that. Okay. Yeah, but I like it. I wonder if Walker and Harris is a better way to go in the end. You know, but I think we could just perfect that detail. So here's the deal. Like, this is what I found. This is kind of where I'm sitting with this one. Is that if we keep it to the rifle, I can load up on more armor, and then we have a ton more survivability because we can go trophy to trophy. I can go, and not a ton more, but at least one more armor core, which is not a lot, actually. You know, so yeah, and so I'm wondering, like, so the downside is if I add, so as you can see, like sometimes when I got into a pickle, I would pop this shield and then I'd continue the chain kill with the pistol. I mean, of course you have to land one on the head first and then chain kill. And so it would still work. So both the rifle and the pistol were working with this configuration. If I add armor, it'll drop the consistency of the pistol. And so it'll mostly be a rifle. And I can still keep the shield because, you know, the shield and the riot foam work well together. So, like, you know, if you get somebody in your face, you can pop your shield, riot foam them, then drop your shield, rifle them, and then continue on your way with a bunch of bonus armor. So I think that's probably the next thing to try. Does this turn into a rifle build? And if that's the case, we do end up going to the Walker Harris chest piece because no longer going to be relying on the D50. So that whole time we were down a little bit of damage on the rifle, but we don't really need it. The rifle's strong. Okay, let's just make sure Technician had a rifle procced set up. Skill tree should, yeah, it did. Okay, so there's rifles. All right. This should work. I have a good feeling about it. All right. So as always, we'll probably need a couple of trophies to get this to work. Not many though with the rifle. I think it's a couple. This would actually bring back the ninja bike into play too. I think the ninja bike comes back into play, except it's just that the skill efficiency ends up being the deal here. Because if you run out of riot foam, then it's just like, why am I running Eclipse? Why am I running Eclipse? Gotta have the riot foam.
Reinforcements en route.
I should have gone for the purple guy, apparently. There we go.
Reinforcement complete. Vital signs critical.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going too slow. What up, Antrax? What's up, man? Good to see you on the YouTube side. Antrax in the house, boys. And he just put out a video the other day. I think that was yesterday, huh? Showcasing his Season 11 PvP builds. See how that foam spread there? So let's get these guys. No, we want to do rifle. All right, we're rocking now. I just need to pick up my game. I'm gonna run going slow. Oops. I have a bad habit of dropping my shield. I'm just used to doing it from... What the fuck? Man, how many times have we gotten that grenadier? That guy is just like... He's always here. Come on. So we added the armor core and we're still getting these little guys. Oh, another grenadier. So not only do we have one now, we have two. Oh, you fuck. And he's so good at his grenades. Best grenadier I've ever seen. And he shakes off riot foam real easy. One shot kill. Woo! We got a sweet spot. He's got a sweet spot. Nemesis does a really good job of hitting those sweet spots, but I can't really get it too easy on these with the other marksman rifles. I don't know why. See that? That's what we're looking for. That spread will save your butt. Save your life, man. Save your life.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, it's way pretty consistent now, huh? And we added armor. It's the, you know, so using the rifle a lot more is the trick there. Just make it easy on the build. Fuck, who's that? Who there? God damn it, took too long. Charge, dude, come on. All that time. Haha! Did you see that shit? Kill him with the right phone. Watch that. That was a direct hit to the right phone. Oh, I didn't save it. Fuck, my bad. I'm sorry. Too late. You gotta watch that one instead. That was a Dr. Home build. Yeah, so we came up with a. If you're just not joining this, we built a really good team-based Dr. Home build. Dr. Home's good. Really good. It was always a good gun. And now they made it more realistic for legendary heroic content. So for a team. Oops. I don't know why your head is invisible. God damn. Whatever. No. Yep. I don't know why that didn't stick on him. He was like right there, right?
Hostile detected.
Oh, you suckers! All you sucker MCs! Somebody behind me, fuck. That was close, huh? They were about to swarm me. All sorts of crazy builds out there. I mean, if you get this one to work.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Where are they coming from? Inside? Is that a convoy or not? There it is. See if we maintain. Yep. Might be able to get away with one more armor core, do you think? Should we try? Or a skill tier, right? Probably don't need armor core, but just to make sure we don't run out of foam. I feel like I need a really good Overlord chest piece now. I mean, Walker does a pretty good job, so it's okay to not have it for the sake of your stash, you know. Like, yeah, I could probably get a little bit more damage out of this, but up front at least. Walker does better in the back end, but get a little bit more damage on the front end probably by going Overlord. But then you're consuming the stash space. Well, you know, they got a description error too on it. So like somebody was really lazy and went in there and like changed one word and didn't change anything else. It'd be like, you lazy son of a, you couldn't change the description all the way. It was just a couple of words, you know? What kind of lazy half-ass? So that's probably what I would do, is just add a skill tier, make sure it can still do everything that we just did, and then buy ourselves some more security. And making sure we don't run out of that riot foam. EK in the house. What up, Eeks? Okay, let's do that real quick. So let's see if we can roll with enough power. This is good. This is basically a solo build anyways. I mean, you could probably pull it off with a team using the 1886. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. Plays out more fun as a solo build. Eclipse doesn't scale very well without all that. I mean, on status effects, you're not worried about it. But like, if you're running it as a damage build, whether you do some sort of crit build or some sort of headshot build like we're doing, it doesn't scale very well because there's nothing to scale. An unusual build, indeed. Okay, which one do we want to roll? Let's do that one. All right, let's go get some trophies.
Hostile control point detected.
Did we not get that last headshot? God damn it. I fucked up. Stop it. Stop shooting me. That first rifle, like, they didn't stick. What a waste. What a waste. What's up, Escape? Velocity? It depends on the LMG, I guess. Which LMG are you thinking? One that handles really well. It's my opinion. All right, let's try that again.
Reinforcements incoming.
Jesus Christ, why didn't that kill him? I mean, I know we need a couple of trophies, but should be close. God damn it. I'm taking too long. They swarm me.
Vital signs 0.
Not Stoner, RPK, or L86. I like the RPK, L86. They're both pretty stable. I think the L86 is a little more stable, isn't it? I mean, it would work, you know. I guess if you make those shots count. I mean, I've never tried it. I'm personally not a big fan of Breadbasket at all. I hardly ever use it or have used it. I think the last one I tried to use it on was the M16, you know, with its burst fire, and tried to few into the chest and then into the head. Damn, look at all those grenades, huh? Damn, they're swarming. They're hyped. Angry motherfuckers. This is where I wish I had the riot. I mean the
Immediate medical assistance needed.
the decoy does so good in this kind of situation. You know, you just throw your decoy and just go pick them off. All right. So what we've done is traded off damage for a skill tier. And now we're gonna see if we got the damage. Stop making me flinch. So he didn't go back to the fucking rifle. I popped my shield and then it went back to the pistol. That's not what I wanted. So I couldn't shoot. Stupid. The shield might just get you into trouble. Maybe I am just better off with the decoy. I could see that. I could see that. Because popping the shield, you end up back with your pistol, and then you gotta buy the time to switch back to your rifle. Fuck, that flinching, right? Can't even get a shot off because my body flinches. It's annoying, and now she's dead. Either way, I can see we got the damage, though. So I think we did good there. because if we're one-shotting that early on, then we got enough damage. That was just an active trophy that was basically proccing all the damage. They're torturing me at this stage, though. Damn, the loading. Is it the week? Is it me or is it the weekends that makes the loading a little bit slower? Oh, you know what it is? Actually, when you don't finish a control point and then you fast travel back to like the White House, it takes forever. So anyways, so this build works. So we got 2 blues, 2 yellows, and then looks like 4 reds. This is a combo with the rifle. And then from here, I guess, judgment call on whether you go with the shield or not, the big shield. So it helps with the riot foam, you know, if you're gonna riot foam or if you all of a sudden get overburdened. But the decoy is probably just the same thing, and I think gets you into less trouble. Because when you pop that shield and then you're expecting to go back to your rifle and you end up with your pistol, then you got, you know, you get into that pickle. And that happened a bunch of times, and I just kind of just worked my way around it. But yeah, something with the Vile Mask, like status effect side there, Shimerska. We kind of, the build that we created earlier would work with the Vile Mask. I don't know. I would like, you know, I mean, we've done a lot with the Vile Mask. I'm not sure if anything in season 11 is gonna, I mean, I guess we would have to be a ninja bike thing, right? To keep it fresh and new. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't have to. Like, we could do a perfect build. We could do a perfect wicked and a perfect, not wicked, perfect creeping death and a perfect trauma build. We could do that. Trauma, I have trauma PvE builds, but not very many. I gotta say, it was maybe like 2. Like with trauma, I really like for PvP. It's kind of an old school PvP technique. Antrax probably remembers it, but you know, because like a lot of inexperienced players, like when you blind them, they almost throw the controller in the air and just say, I'm dead. Right. And so you can eliminate like half of your enemies just by getting one headshot in. And then they kind of give up in a funny way. I mean, mentally at least. And then they're bleeding too. And then you hit them with riot foam, and then you throw and if they come out of the blind, then you throw a blinder firefly at them. And then you're burning them with whatever your weapon is anyways. While that's all happening. You know, so you're shooting at them and your allies are shooting at them if there are any allies. But so trauma is really good for PvP because of that. You know, now experienced players will know how to handle themselves in that blind situation. Basically by getting you to miss a bunch of shots is one way to get out of it, right? Just start cartwheeling all over the place and shit, handstands and whatever. But yeah, no, we're just having a hard time with Sacrum. I mean, we spent an hour on that weapon, and I felt like that's an hour of my life I'm not going to get back. You know, the Sacrum is just really, you know. And so even if you get your head and hands wrapped around the weapon itself, as far as its handling and its power, so, you know, you're going to have to build around that, you know, and then what it ends up happening is that, well, what ended up happening to me is that you kind of have to concentrate enough to get all those headshots in there that maybe if you're running hot shots would require. And then, you know, like there's just no time to stop and catch somebody on fire, except for maybe when you're going to kick off the fight. But even then, you know, you're going to waste a solid 10 seconds of marking people. You know, mark him, 2 seconds go by, mark him, another 2 seconds, mark him, another 2 seconds. You know what I mean? It's a long time to mark, you know, a bunch of enemies. I mean, if you happen to mark the entire field, but you can't, there isn't an entire field, right? It's only the exposed wave. It's just really tough. It's just really tough, you know, to get the fire thing going. It's sort of like, I'd rather just have a damage talent there, I guess. I mean, what I was saying, I think there should be no timer on it. I think that if you point that gun at somebody, they're marked, you know? End of it, you know? And then you shouldn't require multiple marked enemies either. I think you kill that guy or the first bullet will activate the status effect. That's probably too much, but something, you know, because it kind of sucks to have to like be in a group situation. Like what if it's just you and a boss? Your gun is basically useless, right? Like, you know, maybe you're at District Union Arena, the end boss, you know, I guess you just don't use that weapon, you know? And that's what the devs have done, right? They're like, yeah, you know, with these exotics, they're not going to be a all use case type weapon anymore. You know, we're going to give you these highly specialized, never going to be the meta weapon type exotic. That kind of sucks, you know? And sometimes it's just too much that way. I mean, I brought in the blue screen too, but the blue screen is really close to being like the Sacrum, you know? I mean, there's a couple of good builds for it, you know, maybe 3, really. I mean, you can get creative. I'm not saying you can't, but besides that, it's sort of just like, I mean, it's really easy to say, I might as well just run a weapon with a damage talent on it. Especially if you're going to run something like Negotiator's Dilemma. Because this does work with Negotiator's Dilemma, but it's sort of like, yeah, but why don't you just kill him faster? I mean, what's the you know, the short duration status effects? How is that helping anybody? It's not really, you know, it's really not. Just kill him. Just put on some damage. You got 3 enemies marked, put on better damage and kill them faster. You know what I mean? Or run the Negotiator's Chess Piece, mark 5 enemies, kill them faster. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, there's a couple of good builds. Like I like the bleed build, the blue screen max bleed build. That one's kind of fun, but you know, so the Sacrum is just kind of is a worse, even worse than the blue screen, right? So the blue screen, I feel like, okay, you got your couple of good builds. Moving on. You know what I mean? It's just like, these are probably builds I'm going to run on the daily every day. It's going to be my meta build, my daily build to clear content. I don't feel like the blue screen's that way. So like, yeah, I want to try something different. Just go have fun for a couple hours with this gun, you know? But the Sacrum, I just don't feel like it's even there. It's not even there, you know? Oh, I can go have fun, catch people on fire. No, it's just like, you know, it's just not even there. It's like, man, that was a lot of work to catch that guy on fire. A lot of work. So, but yeah, they just need to fix it. You know, they need to fix this gun. And so, I mean, when I create builds, I create builds where it's just like, okay, sometimes this build is around a play style. So I do have those builds because other people could say like, oh, well, I like your build, Tux, but this piece would be better there. But like, sure, but that does adjust the play style, like maybe out of cover versus in cover type play style, or shield versus no shield type play style. You know, or accurate versus non-accurate play style, because that is a difference in this game, right? So there are people that will not play marksman rifle builds because they just don't feel their aim is. And you know, and I made one that was so easy. It's just like all you got to do is point the marksman at the body. And there's still people that say they still can't pull it off. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh, my aim sucks so bad, I have a hard time even pointing at the body. It's just like, wow, okay. So, you know what I mean? So some people just really avoid marksman rifles in the first place. And that's, you know, I guess you just gotta really make the build to, well, this is the point, I guess. It's just like, you can't, like, I really tried to avoid that situation where it's just like, you know, I just rather run this instead. That's the thing I hate to say about a build I'm working on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like the Eclipse. Like, if I run out of Riot Foam with the Eclipse build, then why am I running the Eclipse? Might as well just run anything else. And that's what Sacrum. It's like, if I'm not catching anybody on fire, I might as well just run the Mantis. I might as well just run a rifle or whatever. And so when you're creating your build for Sacrum, you have to not be able to say that. You know, like oh, I'm just better off with this weapon, or I'm just better off with that weapon. If you can say that about your build, then the build is technically a fail. Now, you could just choose to ignore that, of course. But when we go around saying, like, and I say this, I'm one of the people that says this, is that every weapon in this game has at least one build. Like, I have a USC build, you know, the USC rifle, the really fast rifle. Like, I have a build for that, and it works really well, and I love it. And you can't change any other weapon in there. I mean, there are a couple weapons that are close, but it wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't be better if you put that weapon there, you know? And so with the Sacrum, we haven't discovered what that build is, if there is one. And if there's not one, then the weapon needs a rework. There's got to be at least one build for every weapon. And I found that build for the blue screen. It's the ongoing directive with the backpack and China light chest piece, glass cannon, vial, I think vial too. And that build is so much fun. You put one bullet into a non-elite and they die. And it only takes a couple of bullets on an elite. And that's in solo heroic. So like, you know what I mean? And so that's a very fun build, and it transfers over to group play. Of course, it's gonna take more bullets to kill, but your team gets all of that special ammo. And so I have the build for blue screen. There is at least one build that blue screen makes sense for. And then, so we need to find that build for Sacrum, and you know, I haven't figured it out yet. You know, we tried ongoing directive, and it's just really, it's just too difficult to proc that fire, and then you got the cooldown every 30 seconds. So, and then the handling became an issue. So then we needed to go to hot shots, and that fixed the handling. The power felt decent, but then we were never using the fire status effect. So I don't know where this weapon's gonna go, but it might just be another bloody knuckles for me. But anyways, folks, I'm gonna leave you there. Let me see, did I get Kronk's question? Hey man, got a question for you. No, the Pentagon mission glitch. Hey, do you guys know? Whoa, so if you get stuck in the Pentagon, they're trying to fix that concality. So you know the Pentagon glitch for new players, guys. Like when you travel out of New York, you get stuck in the Pentagon or something like that. I don't know if there's an official workaround, but the devs acknowledged the issue in their live stream when they released season 11. They're aware of that, and they fixed half of it, and they're planning on it, working on it now. It is a priority, I think, to fix that, because they realize it's affecting new players. So probably my guess would be 17.1. Check out the known issues board if you haven't done that. Let me drop a link for you. Where's the known issues board? Known issues. There it is. Okay, I'll drop you a link so you could track the bugs in this game and where they are and when they plan. So here's the link to their known issues board. Check that out. But they're aware of it, and they're planning on fixing it if they haven't already. But yeah, so in progress, I see it right here. So it says the DARPA mission is locked after completing the Pentagon mission. And it says the fix is in progress. And it's planned for TU 17.2. That's their plan on that. Which isn't the greatest of news, because I think we'd like it to be 17.1. So let's hope they get to that a little bit faster. Are you able to get back to Washington, D.C. though, at least? Let us know. Yeah, as long as you get back to Washington, D.C., then at least you get that. But so probably that's several weeks out. Yeah, I would say several weeks out. So 17.1 is imminent. So expecting that anytime. It might even be this Tuesday. But don't quote me on that. We haven't gotten an official update on that, but it's imminent. And then 17.2 would be, several weeks after that. As short as a week after that. Just depends on how fast they are on their end, which is not very fast lately. So, all right, everybody, calling it a night. Peace. Appreciate you guys.
Tuxedo out.